Okay, we are going to get started. It is session 4 of the Director Bound, and I will see if I can do the video or the slides. There we go. Okay, so we are in, as I said, week 4 or session 4, and tonight we're going to be talking about building a team. When you share our amazing business opportunity, there are people out there who need us. So we'll be talking during this session about informing, inviting other people to join the business. So since we don't have anybody on, you guys can just respond to us with these answers. You can text your director or email your director with the answers after you've watched the video tonight. So who's had some success in host coaching since we talked 2 weeks ago? Share what worked for you and what your results were. Because in our call to action, we asked you to coach every host. Who did it? Who has 8 shows on their calendar for May? Who has 8 shows on their calendar for June? And just remember that 8 will make you great. How are you doing with tracking your leads? Are you happy with your system? Is it with paper or electronics? If you're not happy, find a system that will work for you. How are you doing tracking your leads? Well, I just did that. Sorry. It's been a long day for me too. Successful consultants are doing the 3-2-1. That means making 3 contacts a day, doing 2 shows a week, signing one or 2 new consultants per month. Has anyone gotten that so far? What are some great ideas that you got from the homework recording? Make it impactful. And just go ahead and message your director with your answers to these questions. Guess I should probably move the slides, huh? Okay, so in sharing the opportunity, it's really simple. It involves 3 steps: inform, invite, and then have an open opportunity chat. Tonight, we're going to focus on the first 2, the inform and the invite. So what's the difference between informing and inviting? When you inform your show guest about the opportunity, you are simply giving them some information. You want to give enough information to help them create interest in our business opportunity. Examples of this would be if you tell them your story, or when you plant recruiting seeds throughout the show, such as this came in my kit, or when someone comes up to check out that they have a lot of the items that are in their kit, you can say, you know, this would be all of these items are in the Pampered Chef kit. And then going over questions on the door prize survey slip. And for virtual parties, it's best to post your why you love being a consultant during your virtual show, and then posting some different slides asking them if they have any questions. And informing them what they can get as a consultant, earning free trips, commission, that they can do this working part-time, full-time, or as a hobby. And it might be as simple as just seeing if they would want to join you for a cup of coffee or a soda to chat about more about the Pampered Chef, or even calling, texting, or private messaging them with information. So like if someone sends you a question, answering their question is sharing information with them. So you want to make sure that you don't stop informing, and you always want to invite each guest to find out more. So who do you inform? Or when do you inform? During the hello section of your, if you're doing a live show, or if you go live on a virtual show, just sharing your story, just giving them a little bit of information. If you do introductions at your shows, that's the time that you can do that as well. Actually, I had a coaching call with Kathy Cocasella this last week, and she suggested not doing introductions at your show, but it's better to make build a personal relationship with these people by actually meeting them at the door and introducing yourself, and find out how they know the host by using like name tag, have everybody write their names on a name tag. So when they're writing their name on the name tag, have a little notepad by you, and ask them how they know the host, and write down some information so when they check out, you've got more information about them, because it's just going to make it more personal for both of you. And you may choose to tell your Pampered Chef story at the beginning of your show, or start and tell part of the story. And then at the end of your show, you conclude as to why you've stayed with Pampered Chef, because a lot of people's stories change as you've been with Pampered Chef for a while. If you're doing the station style show, you may choose a focal top power tool, like when they're working with the Everyday Rock Crock. You can mention that that's something that they're getting in the kit, and it's normally $119. But for $40 more, they can get the deluxe kit with Pampered Chef and get a lot more products with that. They're going to get like over $300 worth of products for just a few dollars more. And then you can also talk about, you might want to mention some of the other perks about being a consultant, like earning trips, or that you have 2 other Facebook parties going on while you're here tonight, or last week during the spectacular weather we had here in northern Iowa, I had 2 Facebook shows going on, so I didn't have to worry about rescheduling shows because I couldn't drive anywhere. And remember that at the end, when you're going over your door price slip, to go over the whole door price slip, because if you don't go over the door price slip with your guest, chances are they're going to mark no or not mark anything on there, and you're not going to get anything but their name. So if you go through when you get to that point and ask them to fill out the door price slip, and then say, you know, please answer the 3 questions or 4 questions, whatever you have on your door price slip, have someone read those out loud, and so they make sure that they mark all of those. And you can also say that if the door price slip isn't completely filled out, that that doesn't give them a valid drawing. If their name's drawn, they won't win the door prize, because it's not about the prize, it's about you getting the information on these people. So when you purchase, or you can also say that you purchase one of the new consultants kits, you're not signing to sell up for the next 20 years. You're just saying that I'll give it a try, and doing a handful of shows to see if it's a good fit for me and my family. If it's not, you've earned back the interest that you made on the kit and have some money in your pocket, and you have the best kitchen tools ever in your kitchen. But you might want to, but you might just find out that Pampered Chef is the perfect fit for you, and it could change your life. How would you like to have the financial freedom for that, or to lie, or not to have to lie awake at night worrying about the bills, to be debt free, to have a job that you can work around your family instead of it always working around your job? I invite each of you to think about doing what I do, and I'll be here to help you every step of the way. Mark yes or maybe on your door price slips, and I can send a little information home with you, and we could get together for coffee or chat over the phone if it's a virtual show and they're not living in the area. So watch for some red flag questions. So if anyone says to you, well, how many shows do you do a week? Or do you do all of your shows at one night, if they're talking about the virtual shows? It's not necessarily that these people think that you're really cool and they just want to know more about you. It's probably a red flag that they're thinking about Pampered Chef. And if someone else, if they can help you, don't say, no, I've got a system down, which is something that I've said to people in the past. You want to go ahead and let them help you, because they probably have more questions for you about the business of Pampered Chef. Some other red flag behaviors are things that you're going to notice. So like when you're telling your story, people that are really in tune to what you're saying, people that are selling the products for you at the show, anyone that gets really into your story and is like hanging onto the edge of their seat, they would be great leads for the business. So, or if it's someone that has a lot of products, or they gave a lot of great tips during your show, or if it's someone that's sold Pampered Chef before, those are all people that you're going to want to talk to about the business. So like if they came up to you after the party and they were telling everybody how much they love the manual food processor, you could say to them, Did you know that you sold 5 manual food processors tonight by sharing with everybody else that you love the manual food processor? Have you ever thought about joining Pampered Chef? Look at how simple and easy it was with what you did tonight. So you always want to make sure you share your story, why you started Pampered Chef, why you stayed with Pampered Chef, and what you're excited about. So like I said, when I was talking to Kathy last week, she said to share a little bit of your story as to why you started Pampered Chef at the beginning, and then say, you know, we'll come back to that and I'll share the rest of my story with you later. So then as you're getting ready to wrap up your show, you can come back and say why you've stayed with Pampered Chef, because even if you've only been with Pampered Chef for a couple of years, some of your whys or some of your reasonings may have changed as to why you're with Pampered Chef. So you can wrap up by sharing why you have stayed with Pampered Chef. And the other thing is some recruiting activities. Pampered Chef has done a lot of surveys here lately, and on those surveys, people are saying that they don't like games. So this slide is a little deceiving because it's talking about the ticket game, pass the prize, the envelope game, the did you know cards, the why bag, the recruiting slide. So I'd probably take like the first 3 off of this slide if I were to do it over again. The did you know cards is either having index cards that you pass out or having stickers that you put on the front of your catalogs that say, did you know that our host has the opportunity tonight to earn $215 in free products? Or saying on there that, did you know that by being a part-time consultant and doing 4 to 6 shows a month, that you can actually earn a trip with Pampered Chef? Or just different facts about the opportunity of Pampered Chef, and then a few of them about the business as well. The why bag is just putting some things in a gift bag as to why you still have your Pampered Chef business. Like you could have a rubber band in there because it's flexible. Some people used to have they put a car in there because they're making their car payment, or a bill. You can actually even have one of your paychecks in there as well. And then the recruiting slide is just talking about all of the information that's on the recruiting slide. Another thing you can do is flip your door prize slip over and put these and ask them to write the answers to these 4 questions on the back. The first question is, what did you learn or what did you enjoy about our Pampered Chef party tonight? The second one is, if money were no object, what is the one item in the Pampered Chef catalog that you'd be going home with tonight? Number 3, just write down the number 400. Number 4 is, I want you to ask me something about the opportunity, the business of Pampered Chef. You have my permission to be nosy, ask me anything you want. And then ask people to give you their answers. When you get to that third one about the 400, you can say, so why do you think if no one's guessed it yet, you can say, why do you think I had you write down the number 400? And then when the person says, well, that's how much you can make a month, you can say, exactly, you know, doing a show a week, the average consultant is going to make anywhere between $400 and $800 a month. And then when you tell them to ask you the questions, and you just answer the questions. So that's another way that you can share more information about the business of Pampered Chef. And so sharing information in your virtual shows, you can have, there's a lot of different slides, and we're going to be going through a few of them here, and I'll actually go back in and paste those into the Facebook page. So if you want to, if some of those aren't currently up in the virtual shows, you can go ahead and have access to those as well. You might want to do a game like Ask Me a Question About My Job. You could offer them extra tickets. You can do a commission check game where you post a person's commission check into your virtual show, and then you could ask them how many shows they think this person did to earn that amount of money, which I thought was kind of a clever idea. Let's see, what else do we have in here? And then you could do a survey, a Google survey drawing slip, because some people aren't going to be bold enough to ask questions on those Facebook posts. I've had people actually private message me with questions about the business because they didn't want to post it on the site. So if anyone shows any interest, or there's someone that's really active in your show that's selling a lot of stuff, you'll want to contact them by private message to make sure you share the opportunity with them as well. So here are just some of the slides that show some of the different things that you can post. Why I love being a Pampered Chef consultant, and then it lists those 4 facts. Earn the money you need. Dig into all of the perks. So this is where you could even have them guess. So what do you think some of the perks are about being a Pampered Chef consultant, and have them put those in the comments? Show a picture of the Life Tastes Great. This one I thought was kind of cute as well, with summer coming with the cold brew on there. Ask me anything about Pampered Chef is another great one to put up there. This one could just maybe trigger some people that have been thinking about it, but just in a different way, just asking them a question. This one's really cool because it kind of goes with our mission statement that we have with Pampered Chef about bringing people around the table. Some of you may have seen these that talk about our aprons come in 6 different sizes, and it just gives you the information about the 6 different careers. This one does that just in a different way. I think that one's kind of classy. I don't know that I've ever seen that one before. And then you always want to, need to catch up with my slides here. So we will need to invite people to get information for sure doing the full service checkout for every show. If you did an activity ticket game, you might ask, what about the opportunity interests you the most? Or it's, which question they asked you when they filled them out on the back side of the slip. You should say, when you asked me how many shows I have to do a week, that's a really great question with Pampered Chef, and it's your business. You can do what you wish with it. And if there are a couple weeks a month that it works for you to do more shows than other, that's totally fine because it's flexible and it's your business. You run it how you wish. So you'll want to make sure that you make those calls within 24 hours. And if you talk to them at the show, you may want to schedule something for the next day. Or if you didn't get a chance to talk to them at the show, you could call them the next morning and just tell them that you were thinking about them and they were an amazing guest last night, and you just wanted to make sure that you talked to them about the business of Pampered Chef because you thought it would be something great in their life for them. Or you could also ask for referrals at this point. You could say, if you know someone who could use some money or might enjoy doing this, please think of me. You can also ask those who aren't interested in the opportunity if they have interest in hosting a show. That gives you another touch point to work with them again, and that may change their mind. Another thing that Kathy shared with me the other night was she said, what I used to say at my shows is when people came to check out, I'd say, so I'm just curious, are you wanting to earn some extra money, or do you want a night of fun? And she said people a lot of times will laugh, but it was just a lighthearted way of asking people if they have interest in learning more about the business. So, and then here's the 24-hour calls to the host that we talked about, and I'll paste this one in the opportunity event as well, so you can see that and you don't have to take the time to write all of that down. And there is some verbiage for doing morning after calls to all of the guests, or even if for some outside orders that weren't at the show, this would be a great time to check in with them because you didn't get to share all the information with them, and you never know that they may have interest in the business as well. They were just unable to attend. When you call guests and get responses, if they tell you yes, then you'll need to set up a time to meet with them, and it would be best to do that within the next 24 hours because you don't want them getting talked out or for themselves to talk them out of meeting with you. Or they might meet up with a friend that says, oh, you don't want to sell that, sell Scentsy like me or whatever. So you just want to make sure that you try and get that call in with those people or that meet up with them within the next 24 hours. So at your shows, you never know who is going to be interested in the Pampered Chef. By looking at the people, you can't tell who's afraid that their lights are going to get turned off tomorrow, or that they had a huge fight with their boss that day and they need to find a quick change. You can't tell by looking at people, so you need to ask everyone. I love the graphic, and this one is something that you can use quite often in your virtual shows. Because if you were in a room with people and you had a plate of cookies, so say I had cookies here and you 3 were with me, I'm going to give a cookie to Nikki and Kendra, but I don't think Crystal deserves one, so I'm not going to give her one. You know, how's that going to make her feel? You want to make sure that you're asking everyone about the opportunity of Pampered Chef, because if they were all in the same room with you, you'd offer them all a cookie. I thought that was a pretty good analogy. Maybe we should all do that at our next team meetings, hand out one cookie and make the rest of them sit there and watch the person eat it. We'll hand it to Nikki since she's on. Okay, so we're excited that all of you guys are joining us, and this side says that we're executive bound. Crystal and Kendra, I don't know about you, but in my organization, we are senior director bound by December. That is our goal, and I know Nikki's goal is to be a director by June, and we're working on getting that done for her. And Crystal, I think you have one June and one July, right? Yep. So these are our call to actions for 2 weeks from now, and I probably will not be on that call. I'm not sure where I'll be, somewhere in California, but we have 2 calls left. So the next one will be our 5th call, and then we have the 6th one, and then I can't remember if there's one more after that to celebrate, or if the 6th one is a celebration one. We'll have to check that out. But I will go ahead and post the call to action on here as well. So let's maintain the razor sharp focus to move your business forward in the next couple of weeks. And we'll be celebrating your directorship soon. I can't wait. I think we should have a big party at conference, and we can celebrate everybody's, like, you know, like maybe we're gonna have to take them out for drinks or something. We'll do it at the Embassy Suites, where the drinks are really expensive for us, right, Crystal? You guys have anything else you want to add or any questions?
Sorry, I was late. I could not get my computer to connect, so I missed a little bit, but I don't have any questions. I do just want to share that I started something with my virtual parties today that start actually tomorrow, but I've never done a welcome. Well, I did one welcome video one time because I had 2 part of a pilot. And so I did another, I mean, I made up a new one today, and I got them sent. And what I didn't include in my other one was that, like, I kind of told the tips and tricks for the host. But the third thing I had them do was to watch me and see what I do as a virtual consultant. So I kind of just planted a seed, I guess.
Good job. Way to go, Nikki.
Welcome video. So yeah, I didn't do that before, and I was like, well, duh, just why not? So so yeah, hopefully those actually start tomorrow, but I sent the videos today. So
awesome. Yeah, and then when you do your demo, just make sure you're using one of the products that's in the starter kit, so you can flag that. And then maybe after you get done with your demo, have it scheduled that the ones with the different kits come up, so it plants another seed with them. Because one of my last virtual shows, I did this last week, I put that, you know, on there. If you have any, ask me anything you want to know about Pampered Chef, and you'll get 10 extra tickets. Well, no one put any questions on there, but I did have one of the people private message me. So it's important to let them know that, you know, that they can ask and that may be something that we need to add on that slide. You know, ask me any questions. 10 points if you ask me on the page, and you'll get 5 extra points if you private message me, because that may get some more people interested that way as well. So that was something that kind of clicked with me when I was doing that the other day.
Okay.
You other 2 have anything? All righty. Well, that's all we have for tonight. We did it within the amount of time, and we didn't get cut off. Yay! Alrighty, and Nikki, there was some stuff at the beginning, and you can just go back and I've recorded it, so I'll get it downloaded and get it added to the group, and you can check it all out there. Alrighty? Okay, you guys have an awesome week. Talk to you later. Yes?
No one was going to answer the door for me.
Yeah, I was recording. Did your dad answer it?
Yeah, in a towel with Marcus on the other side because he's taking my vehicle.
Oh, so
Do you need yours tomorrow?
Do I need my
At least tomorrow morning.
probably not.
I have to be in Orchard City at 7:45.
Oh my goodness. You have to put gas in it. It's only got a quarter of a tank. I'll get you to Fort Dodge. I'll get you to Webster City. And have to put some minutes in Fort Dodge on the way home. Let me look at my calendar. Nope, I have a director meeting and
No, right here, 23rd.
23rd. Nope, I have a live thing. I do have some checks, but I think they don't have to go on tomorrow because I'm not
Well,
filming the shows.
I can come grab the truck after I come from Orchard City. I just didn't want to drive a truck to Orchard City.
That's like can I borrow your car on
Don't say next week.
May 2nd or not?
Where's your car?
Nashville. Is that when you're
Well, Marcus is supposed to have my car because I'm supposed to have his truck. So maybe he can keep his truck and I'll just take a truck from here and you can have my car all week.
why is
So I'll
this?
probably live in 4 that week because it's Ag Day week. So I at least need the truck. I need the truck. When do you want it? May 2nd?
Yeah, Wednesday.
Because I need the truck on the 30th.
That causes a problem.
Why?
The night of May 2nd, because I'm doing that cooking class with Shelby, and it doesn't get over till like 9. So I was just gonna stay overnight with her. But I may just have to drive home.
Because I can come home. It's not that big a deal.
Well, we'll talk about it. That's in 2 weeks.
Yes. It is.
We'll see what the weather's like. All right, we need to see
You
if
think
I
you
can.
can take her with you
What?
to Des Moines?
The dog?
Yeah.
Are you nuts?